review has been brought to you in part by Main Irish Airsoft and Cyma.
Out there. Watch the right hand side, that's come there. Yeah. Oh, here. Oh. Over there. Where do I read it? You're on the floor. There, boss. What's that, man? How many you came for?
Hi, welcome back, Oddies Airsoft, and today we are reviewing, yes, it's not an M4 guys, it's an AK74U by Cyma. Now let me tell you from the onset, I hate AKs. I don't think there's anything nice about them at all. So haters start hating, I don't care. What can I say nice about this? It's not going to be much, I have to tell you. Look, build quality is fantastic. It's that kind of pot metal-y crap. I mean, look, there is a copy of the real steel, and I'm glad the other side are using the AKs. I'm glad we're not using them because they're just shocking. Now, I know in the real steel they're an effective weapon. In airsoft, well, not so much. So let's stick with the build quality first and foremost. Everything is solidly built. It has a very small wood kit here, and it's not the faux wood, it's real. It's small, but it does add to the realistic feeling of it. The white sticker you see here is an added addition from Red Barn to say the gun was chronoed for playing, so ignore that. If you're buying this, it doesn't come with a white sticker. It's a folding stock on this. Not that I'd see you really doing that, although I know Mark in one of the games did fold the stock down so that he could shoot round corners blind firing, as he usually does. Now I'm only messing, he doesn't blind fire at all. But I can't tell a lie, I absolutely feckin' hated it. It was just awful to hold, awful to shoot. I just didn't get any enjoyment. But if you're an AK liker or lover, then you're probably going to love this. I mean, as I said, the build quality is good, and I didn't have any issues with feeding, or you know, the mag itself I found really awkward to kind of find the slot where it's sitting under pressure. When you're in the middle, you know, of a heated battle, I found it an awkward thing to kind of locate, but that's because I'm not used to it. I think, you know, the more you play with it, the more you get used to it. The mag is this lovely cheapo plasticky puke brown colour. I don't know, look, I know it's the real steel colour, but it's awful looking. I just don't get AKs, sorry. Give me an M4 anytime. I mean, you can't Gucci these up in any shape or form. Yes, there is a mount for putting on a bracket there for putting on a sight. Why you'd want to, I don't know. It's a small gun, and it's a CQB designed gun. It's very, very small, and you know it's CQB because when we were playing at Red Barn, we were playing at fair ranges, and the grouping of the BBs was shocking to say the least. I mean, anything over 30 yards, I mean, they were literally take your pick of where they were going to go. Some went left, some went right, some went up, some went down. Very few were on target after 30 yards, but you know what? As I said, it's not designed for long range shooting anyway. It's designed for close quarter battles, up close and personal, and you know, at that range it would do it fine, no problems, and I'd have no issue. Hop up is very responsive. It doesn't seem to be an awful lot to send it into the stratosphere, so you've got to be careful. And it doesn't have the usual dial, it has the slidey job, but I found it very easy to manage, even with gloves on, to adjust in battle. Can't say I loved it because I didn't. I don't like the look of it because I don't, and that's probably been very unfair to the AK74U, because if you're an AK lover, it is a nice piece of kit. It's just I don't like AKs, and so I would never give it a fair review, but I wanted to give it some sort of review. and I'm probably being very, very disrespectful to it, and very, but at least I'm being honest, and that's all I can be. So to sum up the positives, and to sum up the negatives, there were a few. I didn't like the handling of it, I didn't like the feel of it. The grouping of BBs was pretty atrocious at range. Up close and personal, there was a good rate of fire, and little point when you're putting in the battery, I mean, it was quite funny because we were in the safety zone and I'd never used it before. Opened up the top and out went a spring and a pin and a little plastic nub, and right across the safety zone, and I thought, oh crap, I've busted the gun, I haven't even used it. And what it is, in here there's a little pin and thing that actually keeps this spring loaded, and apparently it flies off on all of them. You don't need it. It's surplus to requirements. Let it fly off, let it disappear, don't bother looking for it, although I did find it, so I can return this piece with a happy heart to Main Irish Airsoft, who gave it as a lend for review. It's an iconic piece, and for people who don't sort of get off on M4s or are sick of M4s, it's a go-to gun. I think I would probably, if I was buying an AK, go for a longer barrel version that I could sort of tinker with upgrades to make it a little bit more accurate. But you know, as I said, it's a fine gun. There's nothing wrong with it, and you know, it does everything it says on the tin. I just wasn't overly enamoured with it. It certainly wouldn't be a gun that I would in any way purchase because, as I said, I don't like AKs. I asked Mark to play with it, he did. I asked Mark to come in on this review, he's refused because he said he couldn't find a single nice thing to say about it. So I'd say he just would echo everything I said. The build quality is great, it fires well, at range it's dodgy with the grouping, and I think the biggest negative I can say is an AK. What can I tell you? It's an AK. Oddie's Airsoft. We'll talk soon.